It's the Two Strange Men.
Welcome to another episode of Two Strange Men. My name's Carl, and
we're longing it out today, hence the welcome to the episode. It's
No,
going to
we're
be
not.
10 minutes of content and 50 minutes of us slurring our words.
No, absolutely no bits. Absolutely no
No
bits.
bits?
No bits. No,
bits.
we're just going to go straight in. No problem whatsoever. Do you want one of these?
Yeah, so this is the bit. Like, as soon as I saw something on the table, I was like, is this a bit? And Cal was like, but he didn't commit it to verbalization. He just like nodded his head. So I know this is a bit.
So what these are Choki Yogi, which are dark chocolate coffee beans. So they're dark chocolate covered coffee beans.
I'll give one a go.
You give one a go. I'm
Yeah.
going to give you a handful. You're going
this-
to pop them throughout the episode, and we'll
This is-
see how.
This sort of like harks back to our first episode, right?
Yeah, I thought that as well.
With the weird. I've got cream cheese sandwich in my head. That's not what happened.
Yeah, it was a Dairy Lunchable, wasn't it?
Dairy
That's what we
Lunchable.
had. Yeah.
Right, so let's see what this boy's doing. So, today, that's a kick.
Yeah, I'm going to have
We've
another
been
one then.
discussing.
I'm just going to pop these the whole time.
I quite like them. I can't tell.
Yeah.
So we've been discussing like this idea of states, right?
Will you swallow it, for fuck's sake?
Well, hey, if you wanted this to be clean, then you should not have given me like a chewy snap. Discussing this idea of states, right? Mostly with sleep, the state of like life and death,
Yeah.
and how they are sort of like intertwined with each other.
Yeah. But we wanted to also do a Halloween episode.
Yeah. So we're gonna get spooky.
We're going to get a little bit spooky.
in a way.
Yeah. I was listening to some very heavy metal by a band called Hatebreed.
Yeah, you were.
Yeah, and Hatebreed are amazing because they seem like, you know, something that your mum would not want you to listen to. Okay, but
Which is the favourite.
if you listen
music.
if you listen to the lyrics of Hatebreed, it is just motivational. Like they present like someone who like worships demons and wants you to like, you know, kill your social worker and stuff like that.
But really, they're like, look after yourself.
Absolutely,
Be healthy.
100%.
Don't
It is
go
like
away
that.
with strangers.
Yeah.
But like death metal. Look after yourself.
Absolutely, that
Love
is
it.
literally it. That is literally it. So they've got this one song that I've been listening to recently, which is pretty much just like, you know, if you want to see the change in the world, first of all, you've got to look after yourself, you know.
And in the mirror.
yeah. And part of it is just the idea of making peace with what you see in the mirror.
I like that.
And yeah, that gave me the inspiration to essentially talk about mirrors. Yeah, mirrors.
I want to say something first.
I'm looking at the man
I
in
need
the
a
mirror.
I have a well, you know how like people shoot the shit like at work.
Yeah.
I was having a conversation, and someone told me, and I don't know if this is factual. This is not part of the researched episode.
Yeah.
But someone told me, right, that when you look into a mirror,
Yeah.
you say boogeyman thing. No, when you look into the mirror, what the version of you that you're seeing
Yeah.
is the best version of yourself because your brain sees you as more attractive than you actually are.
Yeah.
If that is true, I am screwed because I am not looking in the mirror and seeing a Brad Pitt.
Yeah.
I'm seeing like a troglodyte, like Igor from the swamp.
Yeah.
So if that's the most attractive version of me,
Well, I mean, at least one thing is you're seeing the mirror opposite of what everyone else sees. So from left to right, you see what's right to left.
yeah.
Yeah. So there's at least that. So, but like, do you know what I mean? Like, I'm only looking in the mirror to just have a quick look to see if I look okay these days. Like, there's literally nothing else. But there have been times in the past when I perhaps haven't necessarily been, let's say, working at peak cognitive level, where I have literally just stared into the mirror and just got a bit freaked out by what I saw.
It's weird, isn't it? Because usually, when you look at a sort of, folk horror stories, or you talk to someone and they're like, "Oh yeah, I saw weird shit in the corner of my eye," it's always a mirror.
Oh yeah, yeah.
isn't it? Like,
Yeah. I would say to a certain point, yeah, it's definitely something that comes up. It's definitely a what's the word? What you call a motif, isn't it?
and we're going to see this theme throughout, like what we talk about today.
Yeah, and
So-
I think a lot of what we end up looking at is very similar to each other in the beliefs and stuff like that. I suppose there's only so many ways that you can go with the mirror.
As does depict in a Halloween episode. We're going to be talking about death a lot. It comes. It comes up.
I mean, that's just a Friday afternoon for us,
up.
isn't it?
Have we ever done an episode where death isn't a central theme?
Yeah. I don't know.
Maybe just morbid fuckers. Maybe that's what this. It's not two strange men. It's two morbid fuckers.
Maybe that's like that maybe that's just what life is. It's just really
death.
just preparing
Yeah.
for the inevitable, isn't it?
Yeah. So it's your job interview before the job, and the job is death. The job is non-existent.
Looking at
Shall we get a little bit? Actually, look, it's not cheerier, but shall we move on? Also,
I'm gonna have another coffee bean.
Listeners, you've been hearing me like crunch away. This is like crack cocaine.
Yeah.
These are my new favourite snack.
And to think my wife was going to throw these out.
No, these are so
These
good.
were in the bin, right? And
They were in the bin.
I fished them out.
I've had like 6.
I fished them out, put them back in the box, cleaned off the old chicken grease off them.
I was thinking there's a rustic taste to them.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
Um,
So are we going to start? So are we going to talk about? So we're just going to look at just the general cultural depictions of spooky mirrors. I think this is what it
and I
is.
think look, you'll kind of see towards the end of this. There's a clear cultural theme. But let's just kick off, right? I want to look at Jewish morning rituals first.
Of course, I do that every morning.
Yeah, like we just go. Well, what did the Jewish do?
Yeah,
Right.
just do that. I mean, people did say, "What would Jesus do?" And he was Jewish,
Yeah,
wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're not anti-Semitic, so we
Absolutely.
look at it from a. So in Jewish tradition, it is customary. Did you know this? To cover mirrors in the house when a person has died. Did you know that?
Yes, this is a similar culture in a lot of different things.
Yeah.
The Irish will do this as well.
It's actually really interesting in why they do this, but particularly mirrors should be covered in the house during the Shiva period, and the Shiva period is like the first 7 days of mourning following the burial, and unlike kind of modern Christian culture, the burial happens quite quickly.
I think it's pronounced Shiva.
Shiva. I'm just thinking like the god Shiva. I think rather than rather than
Totally different.
Okay. So Shiva period.
Yeah.
Yeah. On the surface, this is often explained as an act of modesty.
Mm-hmm.
Mourners should not focus on the personal appearance of somebody, and let that accompany their grief. The actual grief itself should hold the attention. Just gonna pop this. It's starting to melt in my hand. Lovely little coffee bean chocolate there. So this was a bad time to take a chocolate.
Tell you what, this is what we'll
literally
do.
the worst
This is what we'll do. When I'm providing some research,
I can
you
be
can have a
chowing
coffee
down.
bean,
Yeah.
and then the other way round. Yeah.
That sounds like a good effect.
Treat it like a treat, like a little
Yeah.
dog treat.
I've done my bit.
Yeah.
I can
I'm
be
gonna reward
I'm not
myself
going to
now.
listen to Carl. I'm going to just chew on the mic first. Yeah. Right. So, it often is an act of modesty. And I've completely lost where I am because I'm just thinking that
Coffee
bean
beans.
hits. But the practice goes a little bit further and looks at older ideas of like mystical dimensions.
Yeah.
So again, it's this idea of states, right? So you have a mortal state and a sleep state. We're going back to Greek mythology. It's the idea that mirrors are the portals for dimensions, and just to make it easier, as we're talking, there's a living dimension and sort of like a death dimension.
Yeah.
Right? So according to some interpretations in Kabbalistic thought, mirrors can act as gateways between those worlds.
Yeah.
So that's the blurring of the lines. And we've all seen, TV shows or movies where the dimensional line or whatever it is breached through a mirror or sort of a translucent surface.
Absolutely. I mean, like you see sometimes in like supermarkets and stuff like that, they'll put a mirror to make it look like, you know, the store is like twice as big. Or something like that.
Playing with perspective.
I mean, that's another dimension, isn't
Do you
it? There's
think-
no
do
other
you think it's
explanation to
actually
that.
Twice as big.
Yeah.
And they're just copying from a different dimension.
Absolutely, it's just a window, a portal into that parallel dimension.
Yeah, that's an interesting take.
Yeah.
I think you're wrong. But so they can act as gateways between other worlds, reflecting not only the living but also the spirit of the deceased.
Yeah.
During Shiva,
Yeah.
the soul is believed to linger near the home, and
I would.
yeah, you would, wouldn't you? It's
Yeah.
familiarity.
Yeah.
And if you've ever had been woken up really suddenly from a sleep, you're a little bit groggy, right?
Yeah.
And sometimes you're not fully aware of where you're at.
Yeah.
I think that it kind of suggests that death is the same. You can be confused as you're transitioning towards the afterlife. So I'm just thinking all your mirrors are open. You've just died and you're like, oh, I'm going to go get my coffee bean. And then suddenly you're in a mirror.
I just think if ghosts were still hanging around at home, and that was an actual thing that you could evidence, and there was actual proper proof of it, you would see just a hell of a lot more people or ghosts sort of picking up their games console controllers and stuff like that and turning it on.
Just going about their everyday life.
Yeah, it's I've got stuff I want to finish before I go.
Yeah,
it's my soul can't rest until I've completed.
I never finished that Mario Kart level.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Or just a cheeky wank or something.
A cheeky wank.
Yeah.
I mean, ghosts. I mean, we'd have an epidemic, wouldn't we? Reality,
would your sexual appetite die along with your mortal body? I suppose it might.
Yeah. Some people say that they have sex with ghosts, don't they? And they marry their ghosts and stuff. That's the whole thing.
Do
isn't
they?
It? Yeah, absolutely.
That's interesting.
Yeah. So there's some randy ghosts out there,
Yeah.
or randy
At least
ladies.
Ladies who
Yeah.
are
Yeah.
Gustav is hot.
Yeah. I don't know why I'm saying randy ladies. That's maybe a bit sexist, but every single account has been a woman.
That's really interesting.
That I know of, at least.
That's really interesting.
Yeah.
So the idea is that a mirror, as a concept and as a thing, is a surface of inversion, and if they go past it or they enter into it by mistake, it can trap the soul or confuse it, and that potentially delays its passage to the afterlife, and that can throw up a whole host of problems.
Yeah.
For the deceased and the grieving.
Yeah.
So the custom also relates to the idea that I aren't going to get this right, so please correct me. The Shekinah, the divine presence, departs the house at death, leaving behind a spiritual void. Covering mirrors prevents that void from reflecting back at the mourners, so it can be dangerous. It can be like a spiritual attack. So not only can you get trapped in a mirror, this spiritual energy can bounce off the mirror and attack the grievers.
I wonder how that has been depicted. That sort of attack, is it potentially that people's emotions, moods and things like that are affected, so that you're potentially there's just bad mojo in the house, sort of thing.
Maybe there was a time where ill health was a little bit more prominent, and because of the grief, people had heart attacks during the period, or
they had too many coffee beans,
or potentially ill health after, and they attributed that to that because I mean, I don't want to sound like the biggest sort of atheist and piece of shit on the planet, but most of these beliefs are confirmation bias, right?
Yeah. Yeah, we talk about that a lot.
So it only takes a couple of people to get ill after a funeral
Yeah.
because everybody met and people are dirty. Yeah, just my own opinion.
Yeah.
And then they get sick and they're like, well, you didn't cover the mirror. Gosh, it's got nothing to do with the fact
Really?
that you
Could
ate
it be-
pig shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, where do we take this sometimes? Another one, not for my mum. Yeah, so they see the covering of the mirror as a potential step to kind of ward off evil spirits or evil energy. In more practical mystical traditions, some believe the newly departed might appear in the reflections, and although some people might find that comforting, you talked about the idea of being visited in dreams before.
Yeah.
In that particular instance and in that particular way, it was an omen considered deeply unlucky.
Yeah.
Even as secularized Jews today, they describe the practice as symbolic. It carries an aura of profound unease. So the mirror becomes an object of not vanity and not kind of like of one's looks, but a dangerous reminder that the threshold between life and death is thin, which I think is pretty cool.
Yeah.
So mirrors as soul traps are referred mostly in Jewish mystical writings and folk Kabbalah.
Yeah.
So there's loads of stories about that process not being taken and souls trapped within mirrors themselves.
Yeah.
You could maybe make the logical leap that some of our modern folklore, like the bogeyman, kind of share similarities, right?
Yeah.
A spirit trapped in a mirror can only come out when a ritual, usually saying the name 3 times, is said, and then they wreak havoc.
Yeah.
Because they're a vengeful spirit. Similar ideologies, right?
I think it's quite interesting, like just the idea of thinking about like certain points in a person's life that you don't necessarily have quite often. A lot of the time, the religious rituals that we do, like for example, a christening, or however you're going to celebrate a child coming into the world, a marriage, a funeral, etc. They're only going to happen like a handful of times in your entire lifetime. So like, it's not like, the ritual of like what you do on a Sunday or something like that. Like it's something that doesn't necessarily have much room to develop and for you personally to gain your own opinions and go, oh, that's what I would do.
Yeah.
It's one of those things that you just end up doing. It's not like fucking Christmas that you have like, if you live to 68, you have 68 Christmases, So yeah, I mean, like, it's just not going to develop. And so you latch on to the recognized, recognized traditions and stuff like that, and you're like, no, okay, fine. I mean, like, I just want to do what everyone's sort of comfortable with, at this time,
But it's interesting because, like you said, it's not something that will routinely happen. You could go, 30, 40 years never having even attended a funeral.
Yeah.
If you're lucky.
Yeah, exactly.
If you're lucky, then and some people, unfortunately, they'll be at one every 6 weeks, like depending on lots of different factors. But this isn't the only belief system that has these rituals. This permeates into like Eastern European.
Irish Catholic do this as well. Yeah.
The Victorians, particularly in this country, their mourning practices used a lot of this idea of mirrors, like facing mirrors down as well. So not just covering them, but actually facing them down so that they didn't reflect any light. Mm-hmm. So this is something that as part of the mourning process has been around for a long time in lots of different cultures.
Yeah, I mean, like, there's an interesting sort of like parallel or coincidental like link between like the use of salt with spirits and the use of mirrors.
Yeah.
Like salt, you throw salt, behind you. You make like salt like on the ground in order to like summon spirits and stuff like that. It's just like it's just fucking salt. Like it's weird.
I'm really interested in the idea of like this dimensional thing though. So have you ever watched One Piece?
Yes.
Are you?
I'm
Anywhere
certainly
near,
not up
like,
to
all
date.
day?
No, I've watched like 100 and something episodes.
There's a devil fruit user.
Yeah.
Who has the mirror fruit
Right.
and can reflect attacks and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, sure.
But their main thing is they can teleport from places with mirrors using the mirror world.
Yeah, okay.
So they go into the mirror and then there's just millions of mirrors and it's connected to any mirror.
Yeah.
I think that's a cool concept.
Yeah, that's a cool concept. Have in One Piece, have you ever seen the tree that bears all of these fruits, or is it like an orchard where the mirror fruit has it's like it creates fruit that you then?
No, you don't really know the origins of. You don't really know the origins of devil fruits. They just kind of like happen as they kind of. I mean, sometimes it's suggested that that they are made in the sea. Like,
Okay.
Oh, the One Piece.
Well, like
lore
sea
is-
fruit.
Yeah, the One Piece lore is mental.
Okay.
But basically, like every fruit has like a will, right? And when the devil fruit user dies, the fruit is born somewhere. So there's not like an orchard where they're just making like crazy fucking power fruit.
Yeah.
It'll just kind of bore somewhere in a random tree or in the ground somewhere, and each like devil fruit has a location.
Okay. Fair enough.
And it'll just kind of pop up in the world. Once that power is disseminated, it'll grow again somewhere else. Like there's a character death, an important character death.
Yeah.
And then later, one of the plot points is their fruit has come back, and Luffy's like, "I'm getting that fruit because that's my boy."
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay, shall we move on? You got anything else to mention about Jews?
We're a One Piece podcast now, so no, I think we can leave the Jews there this week.
Good stuff. All right, okay, moving on. So we're going to look at Korean death mirrors and soul faces. Okay, so this is a big one, and if
I love
anything,
that as a start. This is a big one.
yeah, if anything, this gives us an opportunity to sort of like look at like similar practices throughout the East. So specifically, the traditional Koreans hold a belief that mirrors reflect not only appearances but the hon, which is one of the dual souls believed to inhabit each person. Okay, so upon death, the hon or spirit soul departs, while the baek, the body soul, remains with the corpse.
How many souls are there?
I think there's just two.
Oh.
What's interesting is that this kind of matches not only the Japanese yin yang, but also the Chinese hun po theory as well. Okay, so just very quickly, if I was to just talk about the hun po in conjunction to that, so we had that idea of the the hon and baek as the spirit soul and then the body soul. Yeah. Whereas in Chinese cosmology, a person has two souls, the hun and the po. Yeah. And it explains both the consciousness and the afterlife. Yeah. So essentially, the hun would represent the yang aspect, light, breath-like, spiritual, and mobile, whereas the po, by contrast, is the yin aspect, heavy, earthy, corporeal, and bound to the body. So that perfectly matches up with yin, yang, hun, po, and hon, baek as
Try
well.
saying that 3 times drunk.
So yeah, it's interesting, like you've got three massive cultures in East Asia.
Cross-pollinate. We saw that with quite a lot of their spirits and the idea of death. They cross-pollinate a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is just another example of that. So, so a mirror's reflective power becomes hazardous during mourning because it's capable of catching or disorientating the hon. So again,
How funny! It's
Yeah.
almost.
yeah,
It's almost like identical in nature, right?
Now-
Apart from the idea of like the spirit being separated.
Yeah. Now, there should be a rule, a scientific rule, okay, that if a certain amount of cultures all have this belief, then it is true.
Imagine the power. Imagine the sort of stuff we could get away with.
Yeah.
If that collective thought was like real.
Yeah. I mean, like, but what if it is true? Like, think about, like, say, for example, in my house, every mirror that I know of in my house is secondhand in some way.
Yeah.
Because we like secondhand furniture and stuff like that. How many ghosts do you think are
How many
stuck
of those
in my
mirrors
house?
are over 100 years old? Because if they're 100 years old, we've established
That they've got a
through
spirit.
that they've got a spirit in them.
Yeah, fair
They
enough.
are. What was the term?
Oh, I can't remember. That's a long time ago. But yeah, just
go,
that.
Go and do some digging, you scrub.
There's a previous episode. So when we were talking about objects and when objects have souls and stuff like
And
that.
after 100 years, they become like if a dulling knife is used by a blacksmith for over 100 years, eventually it will have a soul.
Yeah.
And will start to think outside of its own creation. So any tool can be. So I'm just thinking, like, just to take this right down in the gutter. There are dildos out there that are getting up to 100 years old. Imagine what they have to say.
Please
stop.
please burn me.
Yeah. Make it stop.
If a dildo is 100 years old, I think it would give someone a splinter.
Yeah.
Yeah, to be fair. I think just going back just a moment. I think the whole idea of there being I think the idea of there being a soul in an object was the idea of essentially it's like it's lived with you so long that it is a cherished piece of your family at this point in time. I don't imagine they felt like there was anything like, making it think or anything.
If the mirror as a vessel.
Yeah.
So you said like all of your kind of mirrors are like second hand, like maybe they're ornate and you've just got them from different places. And we have this idea of that being like a collective, there's spirits attached to it. Would a mirror differ from the homes that they were in? Like the type of spirits. I'm just thinking like, the BBC series, The Ghost.
Yeah.
There's all those colourful ghosts in that house. Imagine the crazy ghost that would be in a mirror from the royal family.
Oh yeah.
Crazy, wouldn't it?
Yeah. What if, like, an interesting horror concept would be, just the idea
Jack
of
the Ripper just in like loads of mirrors.
Yeah, I just meant like what the mirror has seen or has reflected, or what the mirror, what you show a mirror is then reflected from the mirror is what you see from the mirror.
Pattern that shit. Don't let anyone take it. That's a cool idea.
Yeah, it's good, isn't it? I mean, but like this whole idea of mirrors and things like that does tend to permeate like culture and stuff like that. For example, an example of, I believe, a Korean horror film or something like that would be Whispering Corridors, amongst other things. So yeah, there's also popular stories and things like that link up to all of this sort of like folklore as well. But anyway, so in Korea, mirrors are also used in shamanic rituals. These rituals are called gut, and they are often performed by mudang, which are female shamans as tools for divination. So there is a specific term for using divination in order to, say, like contact other spirits and things like that from other dimensions and stuff like that. And that is scrying. And that actually has a...
It's still used to this day in modern context, right?
Yeah, absolutely. It's like one of the oldest versions of this would be like Aztecs, or at least Mesoamerican people treating the onyx stone the volcanic glass stuff as a sacred object, and then people would just look into it and see if they could see something back it reflected in.
Call me a basic bitch, right?
Okay. Amazing Mitch or a basic bitch?
A basic bitch.
Yeah.
But I left pause there for you to call me it, but it's fine. When I think scrying, I think Charmed, the TV show in the 2000s, and they literally had this tiny little crystal on a pendant, and they would get a map, and they would just do that.
Brilliant.
Then it would show them the location of it.
Oh, fantastic.
I immediately, as interesting as the Mesoamerica stuff was, I just had, like, Piper just doing that in my head. And I was like, yeah, that's where I went.
Yeah, that saved some budget. Like, you don't get TV like that these days. Like, the budget is absolutely blown out with all of the special effects and stuff like that. Yeah. But,
sometimes just a crystal on a map.
Yeah.
I was in. That was such a good show.
Yeah, there you go. But, Hollywood would not understand that these days. You can't get a 24-episode season of anything these days. It's just all like 6 to 12, and that's about it.
Fucked.
The world is fucked.
It's all because of mirrors.
Yeah. So the idea is that the mirrors would reflect a spirit world, and they acted as a conduit for ancestral spirits. And these spirits didn't necessarily appear directly, but when an image is distorted, that's a good sign that you're being talked to. So a rippling or fogging of surfaces was interpreted as communication, and the boundary between scrying, as I've mentioned, and haunting is then quite fluid. So what might appear as a visitation to one person could be a sign of possession to another, Right. So either way, you've got a rich sort of culture there within Korea of the use of mirrors and stuff like that. Older Koreans will still avoid mirrors in funerary contexts, and then young generations will also remember superstitions as grandmother's warning. Yeah. So yeah. That is Korean culture and the idea of mirrors at this point in time. I just want to move on because I did mention the Chinese Hunpo theory. I just would like to just generally talk about how the Chinese look at ghost mirrors through feng shui. So in traditional Chinese cosmology, mirrors repel malevolent forces by reflecting their own energy back upon them. So we've got something now that's inherently different to the whole idea of trapping souls within them. It's like it's used as a tool, almost like a weapon of sorts, or a shield even.
Like it's being charged by the energy over time.
Yeah.
Oh, these coffee beans, and then it will like fire it out like a laser.
Yeah. So a common object is the Bagua mirror, which is an octagonal talisman displaying the yin-yang symbol. Okay, and it's hung outside homes to deflect ghosts and misfortune. These mirrors also appear in ghost lore as dangerous during mourning. So seeing one's reflection after death might invite the deceased ghosts to appear behind you. Yeah. Now, you think about how many times, and I use this as a simple way to explain narrative conventions to students, is the idea of take a horror genre and think about a mirror, and what do you think of? It's always that whole thing of like, someone's looking in the mirror doing their hair, and then they look away, and then they look back, and someone evil is looking behind them.
Or if it's not that, it's saying a banned word.
Yeah.
Summoning
of course. Yeah. So, we've got some ancient examples here of how that culturally has had an impact on the world ever since. Now, I just wanted to talk briefly about feng shui. Do you know what feng shui is?
I know what feng shui is.
Oh, okay, fine. What's that?
And isn't that like where you sort of move your objects around for the key energy?
Yeah. Essentially, feng shui means is literally translated as wind water, and it's the ancient art of spatial harmony, aligning a human's dwelling with invisible flows of qi, which is called vital energy.
All I know about this is there is quite a hot little Korean lady that has a show
Yeah.
about feng shui and like making your life better.
Okay.
And yeah, she's really attractive, and I think that's why most people watch the show.
Fair enough. Is she moving into ASMR? Will she do that at any point in
I
time?
don't know,
do you
but
think?
she's hot, so I think I'd listen.
Yeah. Fair enough. Feng Shui was first used to ensure that the dead rested in peace. Okay, so that's its full origin. Is the idea of a geomantic burial practice.
And now people on TikTok milk it for views. Good, I love living in the world we're in.
That's fine. I mean, to be fair, are we not milking it for some sort of audience engagement?
What are you suggesting, Carl?
That we have audience?
Yeah, how dare you?
Oh dear. Okay, so a mirror, for example, in Feng Shui or Jing, a mirror or Jing plays a complex role because it reflects and redirects qi as it's treated as an energetic weapon. Yeah, and a correctly placed mirror can disperse harmful shak qi, which is killing energy caused by sharp corners, stagnant air, or poison arrows, whatever that means is a term within it, yeah? Or unseen lines of spiritual tension. Those are the poison arrows there, yeah? So, you would place a mirror at a point to get rid of killing energy, because you don't want killing energy.
I don't want killing energy.
Nobody wants killing energy.
I can direct some killing energy, but I don't want killing energy back.
Is that why MMA rings are in an octagon shape? Because they've got all of these corners.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
killing energy.
Put some fucking mirrors in there.
Yeah.
We're about to have a bloodbath.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, that's Feng Shui. Where was I? So mirrors also appear in Oh, sorry. I'm so sorry. Give me another coffee bean while I think about what I'm meant to say next. Nom, nom, nom.
I honestly,
nom, nom.
It needs to stop. I'm replacing my lunch with these.
Are you feeling jitters at this point in time?
I do feel a little bit wired.
A little bit wired, yeah. Yeah.
But,
cool. Yeah.
So
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't really feel like it's really had an effect on me. Yeah. I think I'm fine.
Absolute fucking shit. But it's interesting, like, so I was thinking this, like, obviously, really, really, really paying attention to what you're doing.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
But in the back of my mind, what I was really thinking about was these are like quite small coffee beans.
Yeah.
Covered in chocolate.
Yeah.
If you were to like grind these up into an actual like coffee, I think you'd need about 80 of them to have any like, physical effect on me.
Really?
Because it takes loads of beans to actually make the liquid, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
So I don't think they'll have strong. I'll let you know in a couple of hours.
It definitely has a bit of a, an effect on the old persona, doesn't it? Okay, so mirrors are in folk rituals in China are sometimes placed beside coffins to illuminate the path for spirits, but then are removed before burial so that ghosts cannot return. Yeah. And with this in mind, during the Tang Dynasty, mirrors appeared in exorcistic rites as well. And Feng Shui masters warn against mirrors facing beds as well, because it's linked to disturbed sleep and restful spirits.
Why would you put a mirror next to a bed? That's fucking weird.
I've got at least 2 mirrors facing a bed. So
really?
Yeah.
Why? You're just gonna see shit in the middle of the night.
Well, no, I don't see it. It's just it's facing that way, in my house. So I'm gonna let my wife know. Hopefully, we can get them moved.
Yeah. Immediately.
And she's part Chinese as well, so she'll be on this.
Fucking demons, mate.
She is going to say.
Demons are watching you at night.
She's going to say.
Probably wanking off.
Shut the fuck up, you superstitious wanker. They are staying there because I know good.
Because I like the demons wanking off to us.
Yeah, fair enough. Anyway, moving on.
Being cooked by demons.
So there is a famous story of the Tongjing Gui, which is the bronze mirror ghost, and it dates back to the Ming period. Do you want to hear a story?
I'd love to hear a story.
Yeah, so this is the bronze mirror ghost, and the tale varies by region, but in a typical version, like for example, when recorded in Pu Songling's Strange Tales.
Sorry, that was really childish of me. That was incredibly childish.
I'll say it again, recorded in Pu Songling's. Are you good now?
I think I'm okay.
Yeah, Strange Tales from the Chinese studio. And it unfolds like this, okay? So, really, like I was about to go into my old Chinese storyteller voice.
Give us a little hit.
No, it's basically just me trying to do the voice for the start of the Monkey Magic show.
Oh, come on.
And that is very racist.
No, you got to have a... You told me that accents...
Confucius say! I'm not doing it.
You told me that accents when we pronounce stuff is not racist. It allows us to say it properly. So.
Absolutely, and I am pronouncing only English words here, so I'll stay English. Thank you very much. So, a scholar purchases an antique bronze mirror from a street peddler in Suzhou. Drawn by its ornate back, engraved with dragons coiling around clouds. But that night, while studying by candlelight, he notices the mirror fogging over despite a still air. When he wipes the surface, another face looks back. Oh dear. Pale, unfamiliar, and watching him from behind his reflection. Terrified, he throws a cloth over it, but the next morning the mirror is clean and ordinary. Yeah? So he sees his own face, but it's like the eyes, it's like his soul's not there, it's someone else is there. Creepy. He throws a cloth over it, but next morning the mirror is clean and ordinary. Okay? So soon his household is haunted. Faint footsteps, chill drafts, and whispers at midnight. And the local Taoist priest explains that the mirror once hung in a brothel where a courtesan was murdered.
Oh, yeah, it did.
Yeah. You know that idea that I was going to patent? That's it. That's it. Yeah. That's it. So, yeah, every idea is done. Okay? Let's just do what we want.
Original thought is dead.
Original thought is dead and has been dead for 1,000 years. And even that thought of me saying that, not original.
Yeah, I could probably find a quote.
Yeah, absolutely. Probably from the Ming period. Like,
yeah.
Anyway,
they
so
absolutely smashed it. They got everything out.
Yeah, that's it. And it's all in this one book.
Yeah.
Okay, so the local Taoist priest explained that it once was hung in a brothel where a courtesan was murdered, and her hun had been trapped within its polished surface. So her outer body spirit.
Just one question though. Was she hot?
Well, I mean, she worked in a brothel, so at one point in time she was hot.
That's what the people are thinking.
Yeah.
Go on.
Yeah. Absolutely. So it's been trapped within its polished surface and has observed the energy of every onlooker since. And only through burning joss paper that luckily the Taoist priest had that he could sell. It's like joss.
He could sell?
Yeah, it's like
okay.
I mean, like the priests have got to eat, haven't they? But, like a joss stick is an incense stick, isn't it? So joss paper would be incense paper.
It's like you could try normal paper, but it's not going to work. But for 50 quid,
I've got this.
You can have this.
It's this mirror banishing joss stick that you can have.
Fucking hell, pyramid schemes have been a thing for ages.
Absolutely. So where were we? Yeah. Okay. So. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So essentially, like, you know, he had to burn the joss sticks and stuff like that. So the story ends with the mirror cracking during the ritual, and the scholar found peace for a while, but on certain nights when the moonlit touched the shards, a woman's reflection still trembled in the glass.
Even after the fucking expensive paper?
Why aren't you throwing this mirror away? I don't understand this.
He fancies the woman.
Yeah, obviously.
He's just like, oh, it's annoying because she won't come out and have sex with me.
Yeah, and he thought to himself, I could just go to the local brothel, but I've spent all my money on this joss paper.
He was ready to, like, think, and then he was like, aha, you say? and then he was like, I'll keep it.
Yeah, there you go. And that is the story of the bronze mirror and the horny mirror owner.
Horny mirror demon.
It's a demon now, fair enough.
As I will...
A demon that's scared of mirror ghosts, that's good to know.
Yeah.
Anyway, moving on. Give me some info while I eat a coffee bean.
Are you ready for last crunch?
Yeah, that was great. Thanks.
Really milking that. So, I think the Aztecs are fucking cool.
Yeah.
End of episode.
End of episode.
Yeah,
That's all you need to know.
I like coming to the Aztecs because I feel like we all know about them, but we don't know anything about them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, well, the Aztecs, but actually, their cultural beliefs are really cool. And some of the best moments of this podcast for me is when we've gone through the Aztec kind of mythology. Pieces it together.
Did you learn about the Aztecs in lower school? Because I did. We did Aztecs, then we did Romans.
Wasn't on my curriculum.
Yeah.
You know, I barely learnt about myself.
What, in history? There's not much to tell. You were 6 years old.
No, I just mean in general, right? Shit school. So, if they were a good school, it'd just be Aztecs every day.
Yeah.
Every day, boy. Anyway, I digress. They're super interesting. And their belief systems are really interesting too. So, in the Aztec religion, mirrors were sacred objects linked to... I don't even know what accent to imitate to be racist. So, Tezcatlipoca. Tezcatlipoca.
Well done.
Yeah. Tezcatlipoca. Yeah.
Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah. Which translates, our best guess anyway, to the smoking mirror god of darkness. Which is basically a Final Fantasy boss, right? Waiting to happen,
absolutely.
right?
Or a Yu-Gi-Oh card.
Yeah. Or both.
Yeah.
So not only is the smoking mirror the god of darkness, though, also the god of divination and fate.
Yes.
Super cool. Obsidian mirrors, polished to a deep black sheen, were used by priests to communicate with spirits and predict outcomes of war, disease, or death. So they became almost like a scrying device. Right?
Yeah.
So their mirrors weren't kind of that kind of like transparent sort of white sheen that we have. They were kind of tinted black, and you can kind of see mirrors like that if you ever go to a museum and you look at really, really old mirrors. There's one locally in the Higgins Museum in Bedford. This is not an ad, but it could be an ad if you want to pay us.
Yeah.
They have a mirror that started to blacken.
Yeah.
And it looks really cool because you can still see in it, but it's blackened. So I imagine that's maybe what they look like.
Yeah.
Really cool stuff. And so these mirrors did not merely reflect, they absorbed images
Yeah.
from all over the world. And they drew power from what they captured. So again, it's this idea of like absorbing.
Yeah.
Keeping hold of something. Hence why they could predict war and disease and death, because they've seen it all before. Or, they know a war's coming because there's mirrors in others that's absorbing that information. So they're like great oracles almost.
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
So,
and priests and things like that would use them for oracle practices and stuff like that.
Which is awesome.
Yeah.
So for the Aztecs, the mirror symbolised the duality of life and death. So what we started this episode talking about, this idea of the two states, right?
Death!
Death, yeah. But also...
It's a spooky episode.
The duality...
Death!
Spooky, scary skeletons. Love that song. But also the idea of day and night and the seen and the unseen.
Yeah.
So comparing those elements together. To gaze into one was to risk losing part of yourself to the depths of the mirror world. This sounded very Yu-Gi-Oh, isn't it? Like...
all these anime references, and I'm just nodding. Yeah, probably Tom.
There's someone out there.
Have you watched One Piece? Yes, probably Tom.
Yeah, it's somewhere in the deep conscious of my mind. So the priestly diviners called Talkulu, yep, Tlacuilo, performed scrying rituals in which smoke or blood offerings activated the surface. Now, I don't know how you offer smoke.
Just
but I imagine burning something right and directly into the mirror surface.
Or just like blowing it in.
Yeah.
Like, off your massive joint.
Yeah. They probably were high.
Yeah.
And they used blood offerings for all sorts of stuff.
Oh, those Aztecs, they love a bit of blood, don't they? Love a bit of human sacrifice.
Any of them even survived. This would enable them to contact the realm of the dead
Yeah.
as well as the prophetic visions that we talked about earlier. The obsidian mirror was thus both a portal and an abyss, a technology of sacred precipitation. So it was revered, but also it was like, stay too long and you fucked. Like, you're not getting out.
Yeah.
Like a labyrinth, right? The Spanish conquest demonized these practices as satanic.
Yeah.
That a lot with the Aztecs, which is why we don't hear a lot of this kind of stuff unless you delve into the history.
Absolutely. I mean, they might have found quite a lot of things that the Aztecs did satanic, but what's truly satanic is all of the theft.
Okay, that seems really targeted and personal. Like, somebody's took something from you recently, and you're like, do you know what? Fuck thieves.
Yeah,
Which I agree with.
No, I'm not really, but you know, we just have to like remind ourselves.
Yeah.
You know.
Check ourselves.
Yeah.
Well, history is all about context, isn't it? And I don't think history favours anybody particularly, because if you look at it from a perspective, everyone's a bad guy at some point.
Everyone who ever built a boat and went somewhere else did something fucking
Yeah.
shit in the other place.
Facts, yeah. And I certainly, you know, realise that we are two British men talking about, like, people building boats. Yes, we're arseholes, all right? We were arseholes, it's fine. Like,
But we did nothing, okay? We personally, me and you, what have we benefited from colonialisation?
nothing.
Probably something, but like it's like I
can't put my finger on it.
From a cultural aspect, you know, the fact that there's like enough houses and the houses are built to a certain quality. Do you know what I mean? Like, you know,
But
there's
even then
look at like I guess like a slum in Brazil, right?
Yeah.
Brazil being something that it is somewhat like, it's not like a third world country, but it's got poverty and stuff like that, which some way is taken from the fact that the Portuguese at some point in time were there and took some of the wealth out, right? So you think about like just a shit council estate, being like the worst place to live in England versus a Brazilian slum.
Yeah.
And then you can see the difference there.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, Brazil's massive. It should have like, you know, the ability to be able to like have like a great economy and stuff like that.
Well, maybe because it's massive, that's the problem, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, so obsidian mirrors persisted underground in folk rituals for a lot longer after the Spanish conquest, and are now displayed in museums as occult artifacts.
Absolutely.
So the next time you're in a cool museum, maybe the British Museum, or you're abroad, have a look at an obsidian mirror.
Also, if I have put it up, then that's fantastic. But look out for part of our extended series of podcasts. We've got like a large 2-part episode, which is like a 2-hour pretty much look at scrying specifically. And I definitely recommend having a look at that. There's some real interesting and comical stories about the Victorian, I believe it's a Victorian sort of spiritual scientist, John Dee. Some of the things he got up to with the royal family and stuff like that were pretty fantastic.
Because I'm not on the extended specials, but I've listened to that particular episode. It was the first one you sent me.
Yeah.
Good shit.
Yeah, it's good shit. It's really interesting, isn't it? Yeah. So download those. They are super, super cheap, and it would be great to be able to hear from you in any other form as well. Get involved with Patreon and other such things.
If you say in your mirror 3 times, 2 strange men.
Absolutely.
We'll be there.
We'll be there.
We can't communicate with you in any way, shape or form. We're not that powerful.
Yeah,
yet.
Absolutely. But just a disclaimer, when you do say 2 strange men, you also need to press play on the podcast player, okay? Then the magic works. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, because if you're not listening, you're a scrub.
Yeah. Scrub that mirror, you scrub.
Yeah. That's us.
I'm looking at that strange man in the mirror.
And that's a play out, folks.
I'm asking if they'll make
to really make your day. You ready for this? Let's pop a final coffee bean.
I'm going to put a whole handful in my mouth. Look at
Oh,
that.
mate, should we double bubble it? I'm going to put 3 in. One,
This is going to ruin my day.
Three.
Oh, my God. Okay, bye, everyone. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for listening. Here's a disclaimer. We are not experts. We could easily get things wrong in an episode. Our intention is to explore and open up the possibilities for further exploration. Come find us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram and YouTube. We would love some interaction. Also, if you can consider supporting us on Patreon, that would help a bunch. Search for 2, that's number 2, Strange Men Pod, all one word. Until next time, keep it strange.